First year out of school. A very promising young cricketer too. He's been involved in a couple of the Tasmanian talent pathways, I believe. Plays his cricket at Newtown. So yeah, he was in that really talented couple of years at Guildford Young for dual sport athletes as well.
That's great. Now we've got young and up and coming umpires, and we need footy at the top level for those umpires, to get that experience and move on to bigger things.
Absolutely, and yeah, talking to those in the know, they do say that young Chris is doing absolutely everything right. He is one to really watch in the years ahead, and has actually done quite a lot of senior football now in just a couple of years.
Players taking up their positions for the second half. Just repeating the goal kickers for North Launceston, 2 to Bain and Lowe, 1 each to Jay Foon and Bart McCulloch, and Glenorchy, Matthew Joseph kicked their goal in the first quarter. Thanks to our sponsors, Andrew Doyle, his Telstra stores, Quadrant Mall, Kings Meadows and Brisbane Street Mall. Thank you for your support. You've been with us for a while now, and we really thank you for helping us get to air each and every weekend here for the TSL broadcasts. As the ball goes up, here's Anthony Osborne for City Park Radio and the TSL live stream.
Back in the middle here at KG5, Alex Lee wins the ball down. Jack Rushton immediately beset upon. The umpire will have a repeat stoppage in that the middle of KG5, which is a bit of a mud heap at the moment, as Maxie touched on in the break. Alex Lee wins it down, but only as far as Mitch Rainbird, and Josh Ponting just jumps on board for a free ride on the shoulders. Again, another stoppage. So tight, in close stuff at the moment, as Ponting is able to draw free out of the contest on that occasion. Alex Lee taps the ball out wide to Fletcher Bennett, just misses his target in Walsh, and Callan Daly just kicks the ball off the ground, perhaps a little further than he would have liked. Pleased from the North Launceston players for deliberate, the umpire says no. Just gaining a bit of territory was Callan Daly. So a ball in just outside the attacking 50 for Glenorchy. Conway and Lee. Conway, the man in front, just gets a tap down to Mitch Rainbird. Sam Rundle's there, perhaps push in the back. Umpire didn't agree. Rundle gets the ball out wide, dishes the ball in his left foot into Matthew Joseph in a dangerous spot. Sells a bit of candy, does Matthew Joseph. Shot on goal in the end, misses the lot. So the first look on goal goes the Magpies' way, out of bounds on the full. 1-4-10, plays the Northern Bombers 4-2-26, minute and change into this third term.
Max, last couple of weeks, Whitford has moved Jackson Callow into defence, but today I noticed he's staying in the forward line, which is interesting.
He has, Dave, yep.
And Curve still on Jay Bowden. As Richter Salter, that could float out of bounds on the full, be close. Lee might have got shoved in the back there by Conway. Umpire doesn't agree, as it's off hands, out of bounds.
Give you some score updates if you'd like.
Yes,
Dave. 3/4 time at the Twin Ovals. Tigers 49, Lauderdale 79.
Okay, so probably too far there for the Tigers in the last quarter to bridge that gap. Rushton to Cox Goodyer. Gets his kick quickly. Finds the chest though of Josh Arnold. He'll repel that attack from North Launceston. Good today, Josh Arnold. Has to play it on now. There's a short option there in Rainbird. Big first quarter, a little bit quieter in the second quarter, but still been one of the best players on the ground so far for Glenorchy. He wheels around now, gets a shepherd, and kicks a funny old kick inside 50, and Jay Foon takes the mark. He's been one of the best so far for North Launceston. Kicked a goal in the second quarter. Davies goes wide here. Curran 1 up against 2. Almost takes the mark. Does Curran. Dilger does well. In their attention, there is Brady Simpson. Chance now for Ryan Banks-Smith. His kick's not a great one. Back to Davies. Handball over the top. Won't find the target. Riley Best is confronted. Just taking the ball off him is Mark Walsh. With a bit of strength. Kicks up the wing. Clears the contest. Callow's there. Picks it up now. Oh, he's tackled by Banks-Smith. Does well get the handball away though to Whitford. Whitford inside 50. Spots up a teammate in Lasky. Takes the mark. Probably too far out into the breeze. But a good second effort there from Callow. And Whitford, great disposal. He finds Jake Lasky.
Really hard man to match up on Lasky. Like, the way he hit up then as a key forward, you would have thought, hello, and someone's been dropped just outside the square there.
Mitch Rainbird's clapping his hands together, which indicates it's against North Launceston. It'll be reversed back where the play is. So the ball will be handed over from Jake Lasky to Josh Arnold. So Jake Lasky taking his time here. He's got to be careful. Keeps asking the question, who do I give it to? And eventually he gives it to Callan Daly. So Callan Daly. No, it's going to come further back to Josh Arnold. So the umpire's working it out here. And Arnold will take the free kick. Actually further back from where Lasky had the ball. Inside defensive 50. So away goes Arnold now. Clears to the far side. over there looking for Riley Best. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Fletcher Bennett will take the free kick. Attacking side of the wing, short now to Ponting. Players flood into the attacking 50 for North Launceston. Ponting's taking his time. Thinks about the short one, then switches it to Foon. Dangerous. Takes the mark. Further afield now towards Richter Side, who stumbles a bit, still manages to take the mark in the glue pot. A little kick's not a great one. Floats too far, taken by Riley Best. He did have another option there in Alex Lee. Taken now by Rainbird off half back. Up towards half forward, using his body there was Joseph. Over the back is Richter Salter. He takes the ball, releases the handball. Roberts picks it up. Nicely to Camrick. Camrick 2 kicks out from goal for Glenorchy. Into the pocket. Good defence there from Nankervis. Thumps it over the boundary line. 4-2-26 North Launceston. Glenorchy 1 goal, 4-10.
Stupid free kick there for given away by the Glenorchy player. I think it was Matty Joseph. Just thumped Nankervis into the back, and it was a deep in their pocket to set up a score, and now it's out of there.
So North Launceston repel. Nankervis out of defensive 50. Unable to hit a target immediately, but Davies dishes the handball that wide. Mark Walsh is there as well. Curran is also there for the Northern Bombers. They look to get some runners. Mitch Rainbird, as he's done so often today, just bringing the ball back into a contested position for the Glenorchy Magpies as they feed a chain of handballs back inboard. Webb looking in the Conway direction, unable to complete the mark. And here come the Northern Bombers off half back. Cox Goodyear thumps the ball to half forward in the Bart McCulloch direction. Really well done there by Cleary just to nullify that duel. McCulloch chases after his own ball, shrugs an opponent. Just shows a bit of composure there. Tries to take on a second. Did he take on too much? Just runs out of tarmac, out of bounds. Bart McCulloch, he's looking alive today, isn't he, gents?
Agility.
Moving well for a big man there was Bart McCulloch. He's a man in form. Dominant performance last week, and he's been really solid today. Ball back into play. Conway wins the ball down. Glenorchy with a couple of runners as Camrick just gallops his way out of defensive 50. Not his best kick towards half forward. Koppelman was the target. He dishes a handball out wide to Richard Dilger. Mitch Rainbird gets on the end of it as he just tumbles the ball towards half forward. Fletcher Bennett unable to complete the mark, and Jay Bowden is dangerous in this position. Gets a couple of metres outside of the boot. Kick inboard to find young Adam Roberts. Just assesses his options. Kicks to the leading Matty Joseph on the chest. Good mark taken there by Matthew Joseph. Just weighted the ball perfectly there, did Roberts, and Joseph led to the spot where he was able to find a bit of room. He's going to have a shot on goal. Slight angle, kicking from, you have to kick in the end from about 40 to 45 metres out.
Smart kick from Adam Roberts, Max. He probably knew that distance might have been a worry, and he centred it nicely.
Yeah, certainly showed a lot of maturity there to just kick it out in front, let Joseph run onto it. Chance here to make amends for his silly free kick a moment ago.
So Matthew Joseph, Glenorchy's only goal kicker so far today, begins his approach to goal. Just kicks it beautifully, does Matthew Joseph. Didn't try and overkick the football. Caressed it beautifully through the middle of the big sticks. He has his second. It's now 10 points the difference. Glenorchy 2-4-16. The Northern Bombers 4-2-26. We played 7.5 minutes, Maxi.
Yes, Anthony, just a very quick update. Western Bulldogs versus Melbourne. Bulldogs skipping away there, just starting the fourth quarter, 10-5-65. Western Bulldogs to Melbourne 5-9-39. So Melbourne just haven't been able to string 2 or 3 together this year. Inconsistent.
Yeah, Damien Gill won't be happy, Ant.
Haven't heard much from him today, Dave. Might be right.
He's probably not listening to us. I think he's tracking a few streams today, but they might come back for you, mate. We'll wait and see. As it's back in the centre of KG5. Important goal there to Glenorchy. Nice handball. Cox Goodyear to low. Inside 50. Bennett rises high. Thumped away, though, by Cleary. Bouncing ball. Taken by the Northern Bombers play. Ooh, gee, he's held a long time. Lasky dodges around. Evades an opponent and kicks a goal. Great goal by Jake Lasky. Wow, that was fantastic. He showed a lot of poise. He didn't rush the kick. He waited till he got a bit of space and he put it through beautifully. And that's an important goal. An answering goal there from North Launceston answers the goal of Matthew Joseph from Glenorchy.
Yeah, certainly Paul Kennedy be disappointed with that effort there. They worked hard to get their goal, and within a matter of 30 or 40 seconds of the centre bounce, North Launceston replied just to keep that extra bit of gap in the scoreboard.
I love seeing Baden Lowe in the middle as well, Maxie. Yeah. It's good to see him in the thick of the action. It was a good handball from Cox Goodyear, and Baden Lowe just drew the ball forward and put it into a really dangerous spot. Back in the middle, Bain and Lowe's back in there again. 16 points the difference. Butler throws the ball up. Ponsing is going to be the man leading the chase for the ball. He's met hard by young Callum Thompson. Haven't called him much today, but he's a really exciting player for the Magpies, Dave. He's just come out of the STJFL where he played for Claremont, won 3 Beakley medals in a row as the competition best and fairest, had a choice of TSL clubs, and he chose Glenorchy. Good to see him getting some senior experience as well.
As it's in a slightly attacking position for North Launceston. And if I'm right, I think that's the first goal today at the Creswell Beakley stand end. That's the first goal seen at that end of the ground?
Would be, yeah. Yep.
So the goal there from Lasky into the breeze. Taken by Rundle. Now there's a whistle back on play. Player held without it. It's going to go to Josh Ponting. He's been good today. We expect him to do well. And he's had a lot of possessions. Short kick to Bain and Lowe. Has to reach but takes it. Gets back on the mark quickly. Been good today, the young man. 2 goals in the second quarter. Kick inside 50. Great mark! That's a fantastic mark over the back.
Egger.
And it's Sharon Egger. We don't usually see take big marks like that inside attacking 50, but gee, he got great extension there and takes the mark about 20 metres out, slightly right of centre. Sharon Egger has played a lot more on ball this year for the Northern Bombers, but he's in the forward 50 at the moment, and after a fine mark, has a chance to put through the 6th goal for North Launceston. Slow approach. Sharon Egger has capped off his fine mark with a goal, punches his fist into the air, and that's another goal to North Launceston. That's 2 in a minute, 6-2-38, 2-4-16.
It's a free kick.
We've got another free kick in the follow-up.
Involving Taylor Whitford and Ben Camrick by the looks of it. I think Camrick's just struck Taylor Whitford behind play. You can see Camrick's very disappointed with himself and the umpire's decision. So Taylor Whitford with ball in hand. Ben Camrick is on the paint of 50. And all of a sudden, things just starting to become a little bit worrisome for Paul Kennedy and his men as Taylor Whitford begins his approach towards the paint of 50. In the end, just decides to kick it into the hot spot, but it looks like the umpire's blown his whistle.
Foon came in and tried to do that shepherd on the mark, and you, when you're having a set shot, I think you can do that around the ground a little bit when the ball's in motion, and but when someone's having a set shot like that, you can't guard the man on the mark. So
Taylor Whitford back where he was just a moment ago, kicking from just outside 50. Again, opts for the hot spot. A lovely kick inside 50. Unable to complete the mark was Egger. It was a dangerous ball from Whitford. Egger again just providing a lively presence inside 50. This ball's still in a dangerous spot for Glenorchy as it goes out of bounds in the pocket. So 5-2-32 North Launceston. Glenorchy 2-4-16.
Don't want to be critical after that great mark from Egger, but he probably should have taken that one. He got prime position. McCulloch taps to the back of the contest. Daly tackled immediately. Umpire will ball it up. So 2-1 in this third quarter. Glenorchy trail. I think the scoreboard has not put up that last goal, I don't think. 6-2-38 it should be as Lowe tries to release for goal. Snap around the corner. Another goal to North Launceston. Sharon Egger, that man again, 2 goals in a couple of minutes. And they're taking a stranglehold here now at KG5 are the Northern Bombers. 7-2-44, 2-4-16.
Inside 50s this quarter, Dave. North seem to be peppering them at the moment. 4. Yeah, only 4 for North. Wow. Yep. A good return, two goals for 4. You spoke a moment ago, Anthony, about seeing young Bain and Lowe in the middle. I think about that under 16 stateside last year. You got Lowe playing here. Young Georgie McLeod's had a bit of a go at North Hobart.
Yep.
Blair spoke about Sammy Banks, banger over there. You've got Baker Smith there. You've got Darcy Gardner there. There's a great bunch of kids coming through. Yeah,
really exciting crop as we're back in the middle. Alex Lee wins the ball down. Plenty of bodies around this football. The umpire takes his time, and it is a free kick going the way of the Northern Bombers. It's all happening for North Launceston at the moment as Alex Lee retreats off the mark. He's got players just flooding inside 50. He decides to kick it to a dangerous position. Zach Burt's there. Is he? Almost the mark taken.
Callow.
Jackson Callow is the man. Another young, exciting draft prospect out of Tasmania. He was in the right position, Jackson Callow. Alex Lee just kicked the ball nice and quickly inside 50. Strong mark taken by young Jackson Callow.
This is what we saw with North Launceston last week too, and you spoke about it, Dave, just prior to the beginning of this second half about how well they finished off last week, and they've certainly come out and doing the same again in this third quarter.
So, slight angle for Jackson Callow, the man on the marks, about 40 metres out from goal as he begins his approach now. Jackson Callow on his right boot. It's going to be close, just misses to the right-hand side for a minor score. North Launceston just with a healthy buffer at the moment as Glenorchy bring the ball back into play, finding Matthew Dilger in the back pocket.
As the little kick comes out from Arnold to Rainbird, back to Arnold. Hard pressed against the boundary line. Kicks up the wing. Thumped away by Richter Solder to Bennett, to Lowe. Handball back now to Nankervis. Takes his time, not a great kick. Might turn it over. Not 15. As the ball's taken there by Callum Thompson. Rundle tries to bullock his way through. He's caught by Nankervis. Be a ball up. Just the side of the centre square. On the eastern side of the ground. Players slow to get up. Nankervis has been great today. He's had the job on Jay Bowden most of the day. Bowden, a very good first quarter. Not as influential since. Lee gets it down beautifully to Cox Goodger. That's great ruck work. Cox Goodger though, and he gets it as far as Dilger. Little handball over the top to James Webb. James Webb. Copperman front position. Almost takes the mark. Gets on the follow up. Gets tackled by Don Lee. As the umpire see that. Ball in, says the umpire. 7-3-45 North Launceston, Glenorchy 2-4-16. 3 goals to 1 in this third quarter. 16 minutes played. Ball in, Lee. And he gets the tap as far as James Webb, who weaves his way through. Weaves his web, does James, and he kicks it inside 50 and nicely spots up Callan Daly, who takes the mark. He likes the goal as Callan Daly, probably within range with the breeze behind him.
Desperately needed day for the Glenorchy guys to just stay in this game here.
Great work there from James Webb. He backed himself, got through traffic. There's Callan Daly from 45 out. Gets good purchase. That's a nice goal from Callan Daly. And that just keeps them in touch here at KG5. That's their third goal. 3-4-22 Glenorchy. North Launceston 7-3-45. Yep, and a good passage of play along the wing there and culminating in a nice goal to Callan Daly.
Yeah, it was, Dave. Good contest by Copperman here. Brought the ball to ground in front of him to give the small guys the opportunity. I can't recall who actually
James
hit.
Webb.
James Webb hit Callan Daly up. Had a bit of space between him and his opponent. And, another one would be really handy here for Glenorchy just prior to the end of this third quarter, just to keep them in touch, because you mentioned it earlier, no one had scored a goal to the Creswell-Beakley stand end, and we've had 3 already, so interesting.
Back in the middle, ball one down by Glenorchy, only as far as Josh Ponting, kicks the ball towards half forward. Sanders was the target. Dilger's there for Glenorchy. James Webb again involved. Fletcher Bennett as well for North Launceston, as bodies just fly into this contest. Dilger brings the ball over the line for a throw in, just in front of the Glenorchy interchange bench. 23 points of difference at the moment. We've played 17 minutes in this third quarter. The rain's just staying away here at a very chilly KG5 as Alex Lee wins the ball down from the throw-in. Ponting, Whitford, the big names starting to impact this game for North Launceston. Decisive punch out of bounds for Glenorchy. Good work there from Matthew Dilger.
And Bowden's gone onto the ball just to get involved a bit more in the contest here. They need a bit more from their champion.
So Bowden just lining up against Josh Ponting at this throw-in. McCulloch competing. Conway tried to drag him to ground, but McCulloch kept his footing. Fletcher Bennett involved for North Launceston. Taylor Whitford at the bottom of the pack. Jumping in over the top was Callum Thompson, assisting John Geard to lock that ball in. So another stoppage, 3 or 4 in a minute here. Directly in front of us on the broadcast side of KG5. Ball one down in favour of Whitford, who found Bain and Lowe, but Banks Smith wins the ball at half back. Now this is a big play, but in the end only goes as far as Jay Foon, corresponding half back line for North Launceston. He goes out wide to Liam Davies with a bit of space on his left boot. He drives the ball inside. 50, Callow flew. The umpire thought unrealistically in the end, so a free kick going the way of Glenorchy as they look to bring this ball out of defensive 50. Switches the ball to Sam Rundle. Now he's just had a player come on the ground, ignores him in the end. Probably should have gone that way. Looked for Thompson back inboard. Bain and Lowe wraps him up in a tackle. A couple of young guns going at it. Umpire will take that for a ball up. So probably a win there for Glenorchy. It was in a dangerous position. This ball goes back up, but McCulloch wins it down. Josh Ponting shrugs a tackle. McCulloch just thumps the ball towards half forward, volleyball style once again. James Webb tacks the ball hard, as did Tommy Bennett. High contact, says the umpire, against Bennett in favour of James Webb. Two players going hard at the football there as Webb assesses his options across half back.
As a shower falls across the mountain, bit like a curtain at the moment in the distance. Oh, there's a big fly there from Rainbird, as off hands. Of course, so Rainbow is a big famous name up the northeast in footy.
My word, it is.
It's probably what was in my head there where I was saying that, but it was Mitch Rainbird who did the fly there right in front of us here. Now commentary position as McCulloch gets it down to Cox Goodger. Torpedo up towards the 50. Well done, Josh Arnold. Knocks it out of play. So 3-4-22 Glenorchy, North Launceston 7-3-45. Dying stages of the third quarter. I might get you to look at some other scores, Ant, if you can. We'll get to those at some stoppages in a moment. So boundary umpire throws it in nicely. Front position McCulloch taps it nicely over towards Bennett. His handball was intercepted though by James Webb. James Webb's tackled and he was caught with the ball. Great tackle there by Taylor Whitford. Coach showing the way. So he'll take the relieving free kick. Fair way out from goal, right half forward. Invited now to play on by the umpire. So kicks it poorly, right out of bounds into the crowd, onto the concrete. So free kick, Glenorchy. You got something for us there, Ant?
Yeah, so 19 minutes into the last quarter at North Hobart Oval. Clarence leading 61-40. Sunny conditions at North Hobart.
Right.
Down at the Twin Ovals, it looks like it's raining. Tigers 57, Lauderdale 85, 12 minutes into the last.
Right, so looks like at least the Lauderdale are safe there at the Twin Ovals. Might be still a bit to play out there at North Hobart as John Geard takes the mark. Left half back. 23 points the margin. Bombers lead. Taking control of this game in the third quarter. Kick up the wing. Two players spoil each other. That was Richter Solder and Foon. Consequently, it's taken by Daly. Over the top now to Event, though. Event to Whitford, to Richter Solder. Links up with Burt. He has a player on his tail, so he gets a lovely handball over now to Davies. They're out and running the Northern Bombers. Davies has Curran on the wing. Beautiful foot skills by Davies. Finds Curran. Takes the mark on his chest. He switches back inside to Richter Solder. Great skills, North Launceston. He had Bennett. He's still got Bennett. He goes to Whitford. They've switched the ball nicely. They've opened up a play here in Foon. Has a teammate over the top. Great footy, North Launceston, as Bain and Lowe takes the mark inside 50. He's too far out to score. But that's all the skills of the TSL on show there, as Northern Bombers just moved it from one side to the other and opened up a scoring opportunity. Bain and Lowe. Too far out to score, you'd think. Kicks it to the hot spot. Callow front position. Nearly takes it. Ball in a dangerous position. It's hacked out of the contest there by Riley Best. Only as far as Foon. He turns around. Right foot. Jay Foon for goal. Oh, what a goal that is. That's his second fantastic goal today, Jay Foon. He was a long way out on the boundary line. He hooked it on his right foot and it sailed through the goals. And that's a great goal to North Launceston. 8-3-51. Glenorchy 3-4-22. I'll take a breath, Maxie.
Yeah, thanks,
that was
Dave.
Great footy by the Northern Bombers.
It was great footy. I was watching that on the monitor then, and just the camera work was focused on the goal square, and you could see the players just watching it sail over the head, and the North guys celebrating, and seen a few heads drop there for Glenorchy. I think that probably makes it a bit difficult for them. Should only be a matter of seconds left to go in this quarter, and North have kicked 4 for this quarter, and they were scoreless in the first quarter.
Back in the middle, Alex Lee wins the ball down. Brad Goodyear gets on the end of it. He's got a runner. The Northern Bombers aren't done in this quarter yet. The Sanders drives the ball inside 50 to a dangerous position. Lasky's out the back. Can he beat his man? Handball's back inside. Sharon Egger has been involved in everything this quarter. He kicks his third. Right as the siren sounds, it was a race against the clock for the Northern Bombers. Maxie called it. North Launceston, they march away. 9-3-57. Glenorchy 3-4-22. Sharon Egger kicking his goal in the nick of time.
Yeah, 5 goals in a quarter is always a great contribution for any team at any level in a quarter, and the way they kicked them as well was impressive. You know, they had Liam Davies come into the game a little bit in that second half of that third quarter as well. Got lots of the ball, and I love watching him play with his left foot. He doesn't waste too many. You don't see too many left footers waste kicks at all. They're very impressive. The The gap at the moment, what's that, Dave? You're the mathematician. 35 points.